Shalom, Officer Kashai here with
Officer Yaza.
We are IUIC Cincinnati. We just finished our barbershop presentation. Everybody was receptive to hearing the word that coming out, was bringing forth edification, showing the people that they're not black, not African American, but they are the Israelites. So all praises failing for the Most High Christ bless. We will see you soon. Continue to follow us on all social media platforms, YouTube, Instagram. Shalom.
Shalom.
All the religions out here is a lie. Praise the Most High, who the hell is a lie? Can't go to sleep cause the devil won't get me. I gotta be careful, this rock can get tricky like. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
So like you said, right, you now know who we are. We're the Israelites, right? Every church, every pastor, if they want our salvation, if they care for us, they should be showing us what? Who we are, right? And also, knowing that we're Israelites, why are we in this condition? Why did we get scattered throughout the world? Why? Why is that? Because now you know you're Israelites. Why are we in the ghettos? Why do we kill each other? Why are we last hire, first fired? Why are we in the bottom of every society? I was born and raised in Nigeria, right? I've been to Ecuador. Anywhere you go in the world, we're in the bottom. We're suffering the same thing. The grass is not greener on the other side. Why do we go on slave ships? Why not the Chinese? Why not?
I don't understand when you say we the chosen people. If we the ones doing all the suffering, why would we be considered the chosen ones? If we the ones being punished?
Exactly. So we want to make sure that you get that you understand that, right? Because like I said, if this society was looking out for our own best interest, they will make sure that what? Churches teach us these things, who we are and why we're on the bottom, right? But read Amos again one more time.
Amos chapter 3 and verse 1.
Now this is what God said about us, right? Read.
Hear this word, that the Lord have spoken against you,
Against us, read.
O children of Israel,
Which you are, right? Read on.
against the whole family, which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth.
You see that? So God created every nation, but he said what about us? Read that again.
You only
Read.
have I known of all the families of the earth.
So if these churches cared about our best interest, guess what? They would be looking for us and not the white men and not the Chinese, not the Arabs, because guess what? All these other nations also had us in slavery. The Arabs before the white men also had us in slavery. They actually did worse to all, like even today in, what's that country again? In Libya. Libya, up till this very day, we are still being sold as slaves in Libya today. In Libya, this very day as we speak, we're still being sold as slaves.
What's the common nationality over there? What's the
The
common race?
Arabs.
So they light skinned or black?
They're black. I mean, light skin, black skin.
So that means that's black people selling black people to black people. If
No. Original Arabs were black too.
That's what I'm saying. So
Right.
you're saying it's black people selling slaves to black people.
Right.
Maybe.
Black. But those black people are not your people though. We're different.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
You see the crossover?
Right.
People can get confused.
Because guess what? Skin color is not is not what matters. It's not skin color.
That's when
It's
I was
the
screaming-
lineage.
That's when I was screaming about, not screaming, that's when I mentioned about racial equality.
Okay.
That was the point I was making about that. When the message you saying now,
Right.
that's what I was steering towards when I was asking that question. But if you got racial equality, what does it even matter if everybody as one is worshiping this God?
And guess what? Too that's an interesting question too. Because guess what? There is no such thing as equality ever. There is no such thing as there always has to be a hierarchy, always, right? But the difference right now, why? Or what I'm trying to show you is because of sin. Because of sin, that's why the hierarchy had to change. We're supposed to be on top. Now we're on the bottom everywhere we go. Because of what? Sin. Read that again, Amos.
Amos chapter 3 and verse 2. You have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you.
Therefore what?
I will punish you.
And punishment against us is what? That hierarchy switching, slavery, slave ships, right? Our slave masters taking our wives from us. What we're going through today, single parents household, having to pay taxes, all these things, last hire, first fire, the way we're like, not owning any business. We have to go to these people for food, for water, for clothing, for even you give birth, your wife gives birth to a child, we have to go to them for birth certificates, right? But we're actually a nation of people, and guess what? The one true God, the only one creator is our God and no one else's, right? Hey, give me that in Joel. Let me read that for you.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
We have the one true God who created, there's only one God that created the whole heaven and earth and all races, right?
Right.
But that one true God is only our God. Now, let's read that, and then I'll get you about the other gods. Read.
Joel chapter 2 and verse 27. And he shall know that I am in the midst of Israel.
God is in the midst of Israel, his people. Read.
And that I am the Lord your God.
Who's God?
The Lord your God.
He is our God. That's what we're reading from the Bible. Did they ever teach you that in church? That the one true God is the God of only the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. He's not the God of the white men. He's not the God of the Arabs. He's not their God. He is your God. That's it. Read.
And that I am the Lord your God and none else.
And what?
None else.
He's saying it himself. I am no one else's God but you. You see that? I'm no one else's God but you. So guess what? When we disobey our Heavenly Father, which is called what? Sin. Guess what we have to go through? Punishment. Curses. The same way your son disobeys you, what would you do? Punish him, right? Do you think our Father is any different?
Yeah. But then that is confused. That's why I go back and make it more confusing to me. Because then I go back to say, then Jesus Christ died for our sins.
For whose sins?
That's why I said I'm confused.
Okay. So now, why are we suffering again? We're cursed because of our what? Sin. What is sin?
Sin is not obeying the commandments.
Not obeying the commandments. I like that. Read that.
1 John chapter 3 and verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law.
Sin is disobeying God's laws, right? Now give me Deuteronomy chapter 4 verse 44. Who was the law given to? Was the law given to the whole world? If sin is breaking the laws, who was the law given to? If you tell your son, okay, once you get up from bed, make your bed, right? And he doesn't make his bed, he disobeys you, right? Are you going to go and punish the neighbor's son? No. You will punish your son for disobeying you. Why? Because he's the one that you told, make your bed.
Right.
You see that? So now, who were the laws given to? Was it given to the whole world? Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 4 verse 44. And this is the law.
The what?
The law which Moses set before the children of Israel.
So according to this, who was the law given to?
The children of Israel.
Which is us, right? So what people were saved? Who did Christ died for their sins then? If the law was only given to us and sin is breaking that law, who did Christ die for?
See, and that's where that's what I'm saying.
Right.
You saying it's just for this certain part of people. But if the beginning of the race was created by one race, right? But that one race, it made multiple races.
Multiple nations.
Multiple nations.
Right.
You said Esau was the white folks. I'm just
Right.
letting you know I was
Right.
listening.
Right.
You said Esau was the white folks. So you saying Esau don't fall under the tribes?
Esau does not fall into that nation, that chosen nation.
Right.
So
Now going back to that, if you look at it the way I'm saying it, Esau would have been bigger because if you look at the world, there's more white people in the world than black folks.
Really? Have you been to Africa before?
I'm just stating, what's up?
That's another lie that's being put out. The Bible says that we're like the sand of the sea. No one can put a number to us, right? We look like the minority just here in America, and also just because of the lies they put on us. We have not, actually, the so-called Brazilians are your people. So-called Mexicans are your people. So-called Puerto Ricans are your people. Argentinians are your people. Most Africans are your people. How can we be the minority?
I mean, that's why I'm asking you, because you saying the message is for a certain race.
Right.
But if we all was created through the same image from the same people, we all come from Adam, why wouldn't that message be for everybody?
Because
we all come from the same person.
Out of Adam, right, like he wrote in 2nd Ezra, right?
Yeah.
Out of Adam came all nations,
Right.
all 18 nations, right?
So how could, basically what I'm saying is, why would God just subject all of a sudden in a certain section and give blessings and curses to a certain race if we all come from God? And we all children of God, why would he just punish any of his children?
Yep.
Right. Watch this.
Romans chapter 9 verse 11. For the children being not yet born.
So this children is talking about Esau and Jacob, right? Back in history in Genesis, right? Because they were twins, right? But not identical. They were fraternal twins. They were fraternal twins, right? So even before they were born in the stomach, right? Read.
For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil.
They never did any good or evil, read.
That the purpose of God, according to election.
According to what?
Election.
According to election, meaning what? God himself decided. God picked, right? Just because we all came from the same, mother, father, or other, that doesn't mean that we all have the same spirit of God in us. It does not mean that. Right?
But we got the same bloodline, though.
Huh?
But we would have the same bloodline. We all got Adam's bloodline.
I mean, yeah, but again, from Adam, the nations were split. The nations were divided, right? God did not choose all nations, right? He chose his people, the Israelites, right? So continue reading that.
According to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth.
It's not about what we do, or there's nothing we can do about it. The Lord decided. The Lord said, I'm going to bring my people through this father and mother.
Yes, sir. Verse 8. That is, they which are the children of the flesh.
The children of the flesh, read.
These are not the children of God.
So there is a difference between children of the flesh and the children of God. Because like I said, not everyone will have God's spirit in them. Right? So out of all the nations, the Most High selected his people, where his children came into, right? And did what? And gave them laws. Okay. Gave them laws, right? These laws is what makes them special to God himself. These laws is what? Their culture, their heritage, right? These same laws that they teach us that are done away with in the churches. Like what? Don't shave your head bald. Don't shave your beard. Don't get tattoos. Don't eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster. All these laws are what make us special to God himself. So guess what? By teaching us that those laws are done away with, guess what? They want us on the bottom. They're not looking out for our own best interests. All right? So now I give you Deuteronomy 4:44 again.
Deuteronomy chapter 4 verse 44. And this is the law which Moses set before the children of Israel. So
the Most High gave Israelites the laws, right? So if Most High, give me Matthew 15:24. So if the Most High gave the Israelites the laws, who did Christ then die for to redeem?
That's why I asked the question.
Watch this, read.
Matthew chapter 15, verse 24. But he answered and said,
This is what Christ said, read.
I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
You see that? Christ said out of his own mouth that he was only sent to the Israelites. Why? We were the ones that the laws were given to. We were the ones who disobeyed and broke the laws. We were the ones who got scattered, right, for breaking the laws. And we are the ones that Christ is coming back for to save from slavery. None of us is saved today. We will be saved once we do what? We come back.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word